I think I need to see a therapist. This is Charlotte, your dramatically recovering shopaholic, in today's Charlosophy series about exposing my exes. Evil laugh included. Charlosophies are any random topic that I choose for the Tuesday uploads. Something that is, easy to edit. No fancy effects whatsoever. Just really a conversation. Or, to be honest, just like a diet monologue. Actually, not a conversation. You're not talking back. It's more of like a recording of my thoughts. Like an actual vlog. Like a video diary of my thoughts. This is going to be a 5-part series. And now you know how many exes I've had. The other episodes will be the ex who was the perfect guy. And then the other episode will be the ex who was exactly not my type. The fourth was the ex who was too good to be true. And the fifth will be the ex who was at the right place at the right time. I was 33 years old before I got married. So, 5 ex-boyfriends was not like levels of like hoarder of men. Stop judging. I'm just kidding. It's okay if you judge me. I judge you also. I want you Bombshells to know that the journey of finding Mr. F and choosing Mr. F as my lifelong partner is a very stressful journey. Ang hirap lumande. And I want to be able to share it with you because, somebody might be going through the same stressful journey as I did. And sometimes we just need that connection, we just need to know that somebody else experienced the same thing because misery loves company. We want to relate to someone. To protect my ex's privacy, I will not be naming them and I will not be doing this series in order of my relationship with them. So if you are my longtime friend and you recognize these exes that I'm talking about, don't be such a bruja and don't you be tagging them on this video, okay? Don't you be sharing this to them. I have a very good relationship with my exes except for one. Past is past, bruja friends, so let's leave that in the past or derive the lessons for the present for the Bombshells who are still on this stressful journey of paglalande. If you're an ex and you are somehow watching this because you're still my Facebook friend, can you tell in which episode you're in? Let me know in the comment section down below. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the ex who is exactly my type. And my type is
a guy who's very intelligent, nerdy, like the epitome of nerdiness. She like guys like that.
Alot's type of guy is her exact opposite. Good boy. Yeah, opposites attract.
Yeah, it's better said by somebody else what my type is. Those are my longest running friends of all time. Thanks, friends. So my type of guys when I was younger were the serious, studious, nerdy types, as in the thick glasses, usually unattractive. Not the rich kids, not the popular ones, not the leads in the school plays. I wanted the wallflowers. I wanted the underdogs. I wanted the ones who are ignored. As in, I wanted them unusually unattractive, socially awkward, and very quiet types. My sisters and friends, they really made fun of my taste. Nabansagan akong poor taste. So when I would tell them that I have a crush, normally wala talaga akong karibal. Wala akong kaagaw. No competition. Because they were like the dregs. They were like the leftovers after yung pinagpilian na yung iba. I guess the reason why I'm really drawn to this unusual type of guys is because I might be a little bit narcissistic and I wanted levels of adoration from my partner. And I think subconsciously, it made me feel like the only way I could have that total devotion and adoration is if nobody else wanted them. And, they would feel like I'm saving them from a life of losership. Or maybe because I had a very ideal home environment where my parents were really in love, way into their senior years, and where I totally felt the adoration and devotion of my father to my mother. Maybe it's that. All I know is I wanted to be like a goddess. I wanted to be worshipped. Is that so hard? Is that so hard to ask from a partner to be worshipped like a goddess? So the ex that we are exposing today was exactly my type. As in, super smart, super intelligent, studious, valedictorian, had a difficult course in university, was teaching me my math problems even if they were not currently taking that subject. As in, we were friends first, but then, syempre, type na type ko nga siya. So, the lande prevailed. So, it became us. Yeah, I chose him over the athlete, the varsity team member. It was also showing me interest. But this nerd ex of mine was not really unattractive. He was tall, had a nice build, not really super shy, could still speak. So what he just got was the super diligence, the super braininess, the nerdiness, that one. So you think I would be ecstatic and satisfied and happy that I got what I wanted, right? Well, I did get part of what I wanted, but I did not feel treasured in that relationship. I did not get the devotion, the one where kulang na lang mag-genuflex sa harap ko, Your Highness ang tawagin sa akin. I think there's something wrong with me. I think I need to see a therapist. I didn't feel like goddess levels in that relationship. I didn't feel like the national treasure that I thought I was. I remember wanting to spend more time with him, but he chose to play basketball than to visit me. And I know he sounds like a pecking nerd, right? Nerd na nagba-basketball. He was tall kasi. So because I'm the one narrating this story, I would just like to make a small disclaimer for, with respect to my exes who cannot be here to defend themselves in front of you. In any kind of story, there are 3 sides to any story. My story, his story, and the truth. Those are the 3 sides of the story. There are versions. It's my version, his version, but the actual objective truth will remain unsaid because nobody's here to tell it to us objectively, right? So this will be from my point of view and how I felt. I thought I was gonna live happily ever after, that I thought I finally got what I wanted. I think what I wanted was an alipin, not a boyfriend. But I wanted someone who would drop everything, except for work, drop everything to be with me. And I would lock horns hard with that ex of mine. Our fights were not healthy. We would resort to name calling. And he would not bend to me, which is like very problematic because why fight me? I'm always right. Perfection. He wasn't alipin enough for me. He was defending himself. Hello. And maybe because he was so smart, he just couldn't let me win. He didn't have it in him to just let me win. And Mr. F, although he is smart, he doesn't have a problem with letting me win, even if I'm wrong. He doesn't care much about being right. He just cares about shutting me up the fastest way possible. And that kind of personality is exactly what I need to balance out my confrontational ways. So along that relationship, I realized he really wasn't the one. And it broke my heart because I thought I found the nerd that I was looking for all along. We were on and off towards the end of our 10-month relationship. And in one of the offs, I started seeing someone else. Yes, namangka ako sa dalawang ilog for a time. It wasn't a clean break. We kept trying to make it work, but the fights were so intense. We could not let go, but we could not get along. Until finally, I moved on to the next victim. I guess my takeaway is that it doesn't matter what our type is. What matters is the compatibility of your personalities. You might be obsessed with, let's say, a guy or a girl, but you might just be obsessed with the idea of him or her. And also a takeaway from this relationship to some of you who might be experiencing the same cycle of relationships that are failing, but they had the same pattern of guys. Be self-aware of the kind of relationships or the kind of partners you are choosing. Maybe you're following your type too much. So I would say calibrate your thoughts and open your mind to all different kinds of personalities. If he's a good guy, no matter if he's not your type, give him a chance. Another one of the realizations I had from this relationship is that both of the people in the relationship cannot be domineering or dominant. One really has to be the one to give way. One has to have that personality of allowing the other person to win. Otherwise, it's just an endless battle. Yes, you can try to improve yourself, not to be so domineering or righteous, and be able to have the humility to admit you can adjust. Sure, you can improve yourself, and also you can also find somebody else who will complement your dominating ways. There are some men who can actually tolerate bruja women like me. you can already find someone who already accepts you for who you are and who knows how to handle your kabruhahan. One of the signs I feel of not being compatible with your partner in this is you always fight, and that your fights are unhealthy, your fights are ugly, your fights resort to name calling, your fights last for days of you having cold wars and not talking. I would say that is a red flag when it comes to your compatibility. With Mr. F, the cold shoulder doesn't last for more than an hour. He will go to me wherever I'm sulking and he will find a way to make amends. And when that happens kasi, when si Mr. F, when he shows me na hindi niya ako matiis, that is like my wake-up call. Parang suddenly my horns, I tuck it back inside my head because kumakalma na ako when I know that somebody is willing to be the bigger person to just end the fight. And I guess you really have to find someone who will balance out your kind of explosiveness and know how to douse the fire, not put fuel in your fire. So find the partner na hindi kayo matiis. Find the yin to your yang, the yang to your yin, the pearl in your milk tea, the bagoong of your mangga. Naglalaway na ako. Ang sarap ng idea na yon. There you have it, everybody. That is episode 1 of Exposing My Exes. I hope you're staying safe and sane. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'll see you on my next one. Bye! Kakain na akong manggat bagoong. Yan. Umaga lang. Yan na, no erase. Kunti na lang. Yan. Okay, no erase. It's moving. Okay, no erase. Bala na. Stop perfection. Stop perfection at the core. I want you to know that the journey of finding and choosing Mr. F to be my lifetime partner. And if you actually... What's that?